Okay, here we are at the bottom of page 3, so 4.6, page 3b, and now we're on our very last video of our last page of our last section for the term of Math 6. You guys have done a phenomenal job. And you get to try. The instructions are to translate to a linear inequality. You should have them on the page right above you here, in two variables. So they're telling you you can expect to include an x and a y, and then you get to graph the inequality. Okay, so hit pause and then come back when you're ready to see how you did. Alright, and now we're back, and this is one where when you do translate, even though it said to translate into two variables, there was no mention of an x variable. So if you can't tell, horizontal and vertical lines are an important key here. They keep cropping up, so make sure you're ready for them. In this case, you only have a y variable. You end up translating to y is less than or equal to -2. And hopefully by now that triggers something in your brain. Little bells and whistles are going off and go, that's a special kind of line. In fact, we imagine flipping that y around and upside down, kind of looks like an H, and H is for horizontal line at -2. The other thing you could convince yourself is that every point on this line has a y coordinate of a -2. You could plot a bunch of points using that, connect the dots. And how are we going to connect this? This is going to be a solid line. So at -2 here, we're going to draw a horizontal line, and horizontal and vertical are easy to determine. You hardly even have to do a test point, because less than or equal to, equal makes it solid, less than is going to be underneath. So you would shade underneath there. If you need to, you could do a test point to convince yourself of 0, 0. But 0 for y is less than or equal to -2. That is not a true statement, so we do shade the other side of the line. It doesn't include the test point. Okay? There'll be a few application exercises where you're dealing with some inequalities in two variables, x and y, and then of course there are some review and preview, and I don't remember now, I don't have it in front of me, if I included the preview. This would be for 5.1, which gets you ready for Math 65. So either this is a typo on the notes, or that was my intent for the practice sets. Again, I don't have that sheet in front of me. So, but at any rate, if I assigned them, it's because I'm thinking ahead, getting you ready for Math 65. But should be some review, and we will see you in class. Good job.